So I was thinking, are you and Blay the last two 6-year guys on the team, or is there anybody else?
Martin, actually, he's in Shea Pitts is there,
yeah. All right.
And
yeah,
Blaylock's a year younger than me, so I think he's in his 5th year, yeah. But he carries himself like a 6 year, and he has a lot of experience underneath him, so he's a very veteran guy out there. It's good to work with him.
You guys who've been here since 2017. What's it like to still be here, and how much has this program kind of grown since then?
Man, it's been amazing, bro. It's been a long journey. We laid the foundation coming in with Coach Moore and then Coach Kelly with the switch, but it's just been a whole process. Everything has just been changing, but it's changing for the better. It's a lot of great guys around here. It's just fun to be out here. It's a lot of great people. Our coaches are great. The staff is great. Everybody's really great, so it's just fun to be out here, man, really.
You guys feel like you're on the verge of maybe something special this season?
Absolutely, man. We've been out here working since January, so I'm really excited to come for the first game, really.
A lot of defensive coaching changes on the defense, but you guys still have Coach Norwood. Is that continuity good to kind of have him still here and familiarity with what he wants?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just getting to know Coach Norwood, he's a great guy, so he really cares about us. You can feel it in the meeting room. He cracks jokes. He has a lot of stories to tell us all the time, so it just feels like a family in there, really. So yeah.
Any jokes you remember? Anything that stands out?
Just being around him, he's just a big jokester, really. You got to just come talk to him one day. You'll see what I'm talking about. He's just a great guy, really.
How does he kind of split his time between the different position groups?
He kind of balances everything well. He talks to the corners a lot, the safeties a lot. Everybody just learns everything. So it's like if you play corner, you're going to learn safety, you're going to learn nickel. If you play nickel, you're going to learn everything else. So everybody just learning everything. You're just being versatile in the DB room.
You obviously work with Coach Norwood, but what has Coach McGovern brought?
He just brought just the league here. Really, we're doing a lot of stuff from the league and stuff like that. So he's just very very professional. Just the way he carries himself. It's just just like real business like. So he's very professional.
In spring, some of the players said that they have McGovern has come up to him individually, and give him notes here and there, whatnot. Absolutely. Has he said anything to you?
Yeah, all the time. I talk to Coach McGovern all the time on the phone. We chop it up, watch film and stuff. He sends me plays and stuff like that. Sends me NFL clips just to watch technique stuff. So he's just like a big role model guy. He was actually pretty good in college too. I think he had like 27 interceptions in his college career. So he's a very good guy to learn from too as well.
You guys have a good mix of veterans and younger guys in the secondary. How are you guys kind of coming together?
We're coming together really well. Just over the summer, we've been able to gel. We've been having like a lot of defensive meetings on our own just throughout the summer, just meeting every other week. A lot of 7-on-7 with the offense, just being there. The camaraderie is really there. So it's like a brotherhood, man. I've been here 6 years, so I never felt anything like this. So I'm very excited for this group, and the young guys that come up and just learn from us and everything. So I'm excited for them too.
Who's handling the calls back there right now?
Me and Blaylock, but everybody's real vocal out there. Darius is making calls. Bobo's out there talking. Kenny Churchwell, everybody's out there making plays and talking. So it's like a big, we're just talking on the field, communicating.
Who in the receivers group is kind of causing the most problems for you guys?
Man, all of them. They all like that. But if I had to think of some guys, Jake Bobo, a lot of them really, man. Everybody, Kaz Allen is really good. He's going to have a good year this year. Very explosive.
How about Jake's size? How do you counteract that when you're out there trying to defend him?
You got to just be patient with Jake. He's a very, very nifty guy. He's really big, but he can move a lot. So you got to just be real patient with him. So yeah, he's a good addition to our team. So I'm happy he's here, really.
How about some of the newcomers like this guy?
My boy Azizi, man. He's a great man. He's gonna be a GOAT, man. I can't wait to play with him. He's very vocal out there, very aggressive. So he's a great player to play with.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good talking to you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir, man.
Tell you the truth.
Absolutely, brother.
Honor to play with you, bro.
You ready?
Let me use your towel. Turf's kind of hot.
It's hot. Is it this hot in Wyoming this time of year?
It gets hot out there because the elevation, you closer to the sound, but I don't know. This is home for me, so I just enjoy it, man.
You guys are 3 days in the camp now. How is it different from spring practice? Is the intensity level maybe a little bit higher?
Honestly, it feels like that because we're getting closer to the first game, but the standard is the standard, and we practice hard regardless of what time of the year it is. So I would say it's the same. It's just more, more energy because we're getting closer to that first game.
How comfortable are you in your role now and what you want to do?
I'm extremely comfortable. Like Mo told you, we did a lot of play-around stuff over the summer. I've spent time with the coaches and just on my own in my playbook and going through my notes. So I'm like thinking less and moving faster, playing faster. So I'm excited.
What about Coach Norwood? What's he brought to you?
I love Coach Norwood. He's an extremely intelligent coach. He's been a lot of places and he's been in the game a long time. And as you guys know, he coaches the whole secondary. He knows every position. So I'm learning what the safeties do, what the nickel does, what the corner does. I'm learning like Tex, what the D-line is doing in the front. So I'm learning what the Mike Backer is doing. So he's like giving me a gain of knowledge.
What would you say is kind of your role in this secondary?
That's not like at my discretion. I would say that's at the coach's discretion. In my mind, my role is to do whatever helps this team win. So whatever the coaches ask me to do, that's my role.
Seems like you guys are maybe having a high emphasis on takeaways.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of strip drills, and Blaylock was talking about tipping balls to each other and stuff like that. Is that a focal point of what you guys are doing?
Yes, sir, most definitely. If we want to be as successful as we want to be, that's an emphasis that we have to definitely believe. You know what I mean? Because takeaways change the game. You know what I mean? You can win games based off takeaways. So that's extremely important to us.
You touched upon it, learning different positions.
Yes, sir.
Obviously you're not going to be on defensive line, but learning like the nickel, the cornerback spot. How has that adjustment been for you?
It's been great, and I've always learned the game of football, but I'm just gaining a deeper knowledge now. And just like you said, I won't be on the defensive line, but just knowing what their job is, it helps me. Maybe, okay, I could fit this gap on this play because I know we got a guy going here. You know what I mean? Like that. So it just helped me, fill in gaps in the defense and things of that sort.
When you say you get a lot of reps in spring, what do you think that you bring to this defense?
I feel like I bring, I've obviously have a lot of games under my belt. So I feel like experience is the number one thing because you can't buy experience. You know what I'm saying? So there's some things you get out there and you just kind of see or you just feel it coming. You know what I mean? I would say experience is the main thing I bring to this defense.
As a veteran transfer, but also a newcomer, how does that kind of work? You have to, I'm sure you want to be vocal and assert yourself, but you're also kind of learning things at the same time. Is that a hard transition, or do you feel like you can come right in and kind of be that veteran leader?
It's not necessarily hard because, I feel like I never know everything. So I've even when I was in an environment where I was more comfortable or just more established, I was still open-minded and, knowing I don't know everything. So I was still learning every day from everybody around me, coaches and players. So it's not necessarily hard for me. It's almost the same thing. Just I'm in a different environment, and now this is even more comfortable for me. So that effect is kind of wore off a little bit.
Have you had a message to the guys, like a primary message?
Not necessarily. Just same thing Coach Kelly harps on. Your habits reflect the mission, and that's the same message I'll send to the guys, and everybody understands that.
What have been your thoughts on Coach McGovern, the new defensive coordinator, what he's brought?
I love Coach McGovern. He's a great guy. He's real intimate. He'll have a great conversation with you, and he'll teach something to you how you learn it. You know what I mean? He understands that a lot of guys learn in a lot of different ways, and he'll take the time to make sure you understand whatever it is. He's extremely patient. He knows nobody's perfect and guys that make mistakes. He just makes you, more comfortable and, just willing. He's a guy you want to play for. You know what I mean? He cares about his players, and of course he's extremely intelligent. He coached in the league, and he, like Mo said, he was a great player in college, and he's coached at the collegiate level as well. So Coach McGovern is definitely a great guy to have around you.
Mo said he had some jokes. Anything he said that's funny?
I won't repeat anything, but just know he's not just a good coach. He definitely has a sense of humor. That's another reason, we love him so much.
Well, what kind of sense of humor? Just old school or just funny, just random stuff?
Just funny. He's just funny. Not dark. He's just funny. He's a good guy to be around. He's gonna make you smile. He just always has good energy. You can tell he enjoys what he does. So.
As a new guy, we talked to Jake Bobo, and he said that Dorian said, "Text me whenever you need to." With you coming in, first year, is there any of the guys on defense that have told you that? Say, if you have a question, hit me up, text me.
Yes, sir. My first week here, I spent a lot of time with Blay and Mo and Church. You know what I mean? Those guys basically taught me majority of the playbook before the coaches even got their hands on me for spring ball and stuff like that. And that was the first 2-3 days here. So that's when we really did a lot of watching film together and things like that. And then after that, we kind of just did it where we had time in our schedule. So definitely those three guys helped me a lot when I first came in.
Awesome. Thank you.